I'm wrapping up some paintings, recent sales, and thought I'd talk a little bit about art and commerce and a decision that I've made. When I sell art, I feel really happy. Not just for the money made, that makes a big difference in my life, but I would say more so for the idea that there's a connection between this stuff that I make that is simply filtered feelings, thoughts, and another person, and that another person cares enough about it to bring it into their lives. And the way that we show value is money. And so, I I do give things away, but I would hate to impose my art on someone who doesn't want it. So, who doesn't really value it, or who doesn't really get, um, someone who doesn't get a lot out of it. So, money is a factor, and I need to make a living. But when it comes to selling and marketing, I am not great. That's true in all fields. I have tried selling old furniture or clothing, and I'm on all sorts of different sites, and I don't. I mean, my brain. That's not my. That's not where I'm at. Which I think is just some people get it and some people don't. I think if I really got money, I wouldn't have become the artist that I am. I would have probably ended up in some other field. Please bear in mind that art is not like other professions. It is weird. Just recently, someone I love said to me, I like making money. And everything I'm going to say sounds judgy. I'm just describing differences. Because I don't. I don't get it. I don't get that feeling. I have more negative than positive feelings rolled up around money. Um, for those who do like making money and are somehow good at it, that's great because they're getting along very well. It doesn't. I don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like a language that I'm not sure I will ever know how to speak. And of course, I've read or received all kinds of advice on um, things I could do, should do to better market my product of art. But, and again, this will probably strike a lot of people as holier than thou, but I cannot view this work primarily as a product. They are products to that are available for sale. But what matters to me about this stuff is it's a statement I am making about being human. And it's been a most effective therapy for me transforming hate into love. Cheesy, I know, but God, I used to be consumed by negative emotions. And I'm still a highly critical person, but it comes from like what I'm feeling is love on the inside, and that was just not always the case. So I don't want to tamper with it. So what to do? So one thing that happens often to this man who sells things but doesn't manage it well and has feelings about the items that he sells, um, someone will express an interest in something, and I and give an inquiry. I mean, this is basic level stuff that I'm about to describe about being an artist. So I should know how to manage this by now. Someone expresses interest, price is shared. Response: that's too much. Um, but they don't do it that way because that way would be the beginning of negotiation. I don't know. It's a walk away. Uh, I've altered my pricing. I'm doing this thing now I like that's sliding scale where I put a range, pay anywhere in there, thinking, sometimes since in-person negotiations aren't happening as much anymore, and also negotiating can be uncomfortable sometimes, just like it's all there, just, write in your number and it's yours. Maybe that's been a little bit effective. Or if it's still too much, I tell people to make offers. And then, you know, more often than not, the piece doesn't sell. Uh, and it may not be a specific rejection. People are busy. We all have our stuff. But the point is, then I'm walking around looking at art on the wall, and my brain is like, oh, that's that failed sale. But it's in my store. I went through the trouble of putting it online and all these things. If I think of all of the hours of unpaid labor that goes into my career, it's ridiculous. But and all this focus on the transactional nature of it diminishes my affection for the art. And then I'm walking around looking at pieces that every single one of them represents a failure in some way. So, how to navigate that and bring freshness and positivity and good feelings back into what I'm doing now that my warehouse, studio, and home is all the same. Maybe some of the phrasing I'm using sounds dramatic, but the simple fact is everything that I'm looking at every day is a work that I have attempted to sell and not sold. Maybe that seems obvious or no big deal, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of someone who has hundreds, if not thousands, of completed paintings. So, everything that's available currently will go away at the end of the year. Go into the Rob Art Vault. Everything that is currently available online, uh, I'm going to just completely refresh my store in January. I don't know if this is something I'll do monthly or quarterly, but obviously I'll let people know. So, in some ways, it resembles high pressure sales techniques, but it's a change being made for emotionally positive reasons.
So before they go back into the Disney vault for years to come, hurry. Hurry! Don't miss your chance to own these magical Disney videos before they disappear.
I know one artist who, at the conclusion of their show, burned the works that were not sold. So, and while at first that struck me as dramatic and attention seeking, I get it. I'm wrapping up some paintings. So, how to negotiate?